Have you ever been in a situation where a certain posture just feels right or powerful in a way that's kind of hard to explain? Like your body gets it, even if your brain can't quite find the words for it. Well, today we're going to dive into one of the most powerful examples of that, the act of kneeling. And that's really the big question, isn't it? Why does something so simple, like kneeling in front of someone, or even just having someone stand over you, why does that feel so incredibly intense? It's like it pushes a button deep inside you. It's way more than just what's happening in that one moment. It taps into something, well, something much, much older. And look, let's just get this out of the way. This feeling, it's not just about sex. It's not just about the thrill of doing something taboo or some complex psychological thing we learned. No, the real answer is buried way, way deeper. We're talking about our evolutionary history.
Here's the thing. The reason these postures hit so hard is because they are a language that is literally older than words. It's a language your body speaks fluently by pure instinct.
All right, so let's jump into our first section, your body's primal language. We're going to decode the nonverbal software that's running inside all of us. This is all about how our brains are hardwired to read the world through posture, way before we even think about words.
You see, your social brain, it's not really listening for words first. It's looking. It's positional. It's constantly, automatically scanning for things like height, distance, the angle someone is looking at you from, even just the difference between someone being still versus someone moving. Think of these as the raw data points your mind is crunching 24/7 to figure out who's in charge and whether you're safe. And this isn't something you picked up from watching movies or from your parents. This is your base operating system. It's the ancient software that's always running in the background of every single social interaction you have. And what's wild is, it's a program we share with tons of other mammals.
Okay, so that brings us to the core survival logic behind all this. We're talking about why height equals power. It's all about that ancient programming that screams, taller is in charge.
So, why height? What's the big deal? Well, in a survival situation, it's actually super simple. It all comes down to line of sight. I mean, think about it. The person standing up, the one with the higher vantage point, they can just see more. They can spot a predator from farther away, see where the food is, and just get a better read on the whole environment. Height literally means more information. And back in the day, information was everything. Information was survival.
And this dynamic naturally splits people into two basic primal roles. You've got the watcher, and you've got the worker. The watcher is the one who's standing. Their job is to scan the horizon, to hold that big picture awareness for the group. And the worker? That's the person who's kneeling. They can totally focus on the job right in front of them, gathering, carrying, whatever it is, because they've basically outsourced the job of being aware to the watcher.
So you see, kneeling isn't just bending your knees. It's a biological signal. It's sending a message directly to the nervous system that says, hey, I trust you. I'm letting you hold the awareness for both of us. I am letting go of my own need to be vigilant. And man, that is a huge act of trust.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. How do we take these ancient, hardwired signals of, let's be honest, threat and dominance, and turn them into a language of trust and intimacy? It all boils down to one single, incredibly powerful ingredient. Think about it. In the wild, or even just walking down a dark street, hierarchy is usually unsafe. If a stranger suddenly stands over you, that feels dangerous, right? That's because your primal software is screaming risk, potential threat.
Without consent, there's no confusion. Those signals mean one thing and one thing only: fear, danger, uncertainty. Your nervous system immediately kicks into high gear, preparing for fight or flight. There's no other way to read it.
But the moment you add consent into the mix, everything flips. The posture is exactly the same, right? Someone is still kneeling, but the meaning gets totally rewritten. It goes from being an imposed threat to a chosen experience. And that right there is the magic moment where primal instinct meets conscious modern choice. And just like that, the threat signal completely transforms. It's not about fear anymore. It becomes this rich, nonverbal language of trust, of ritual. It creates this incredible clarity and a deep sense of belonging. It can even be a way to regulate your emotions, to find a sense of calm.
So let's talk about what this actually feels like on the inside. Because, from the outside, the idea of kneeling might seem, well, degrading. But for a lot of people, it's the absolute opposite. It's a feeling of profound relief.
And I want you to really think about this for a second.
If you're someone who spends all day, every day being hypervigilant, managing everything, planning for every outcome, constantly scanning for what could go wrong, what would it feel like to just stop? To be given permission to let all of that go just for a little while. That's the key right there. There's so many, this isn't about being controlled. It's about getting permission to stop holding up the world. It's the feeling of knowing that for this moment, you don't have to carry that weight because you trust someone else to hold it for you. And wow, that is a feeling of incredible rest.
And let's not forget the other side of the coin. Real dominance here isn't just about barking orders or being in control. It's about being that steady rock. It's about willingly taking on the responsibility for the whole scene, for safety, for what happens next, for the consequences. In a very real way, it's an act of service.
So let's bring it all together. What does all this mean for us here in the modern world? It's really about the power of choice and understanding these embodied instincts that are still running inside us.
And here's the big takeaway I want you to leave with. If you've ever felt this stuff, if you've ever felt that instinctual pull toward these kinds of dynamics, you're not crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. It just means you're embodied. It means your body is connected to its ancient software, and it understands this primal language of posture and power. Because in the end, kneeling feels so powerful not because it's weak, but because it is a conscious, deliberate choice to give someone the most expensive thing your nervous system can possibly offer: trust. I mean, think about it. In a world that forces us to be on guard all the time, maybe the most radical thing you can do is to choose to let someone else watch your back.